about to clear the other crossover. Okay, so this is clear now. I'm going to change this over, and now we should see, as you can see, we're still between two blocks, so that's why they're lighting up like Christmas trees. So we just left that block, we're entering this block, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to speed this up, and you'll see the blocks change from here to there, and then there, and this already switched back, so we're lined up nicely. You're gonna train's over by the shower already, so not that it doesn't matter because we're on a separate track. But what's gonna happen is we're going to go into the something happened. One of my locomotives from the unit train derailed somewhere. Maybe it was here, but I don't know. That was a mystery derail. Okay, so now that we have switched the unit train back to that other main, I have to make sure that that's a priority train. So I'm giving it access to that track, and then obviously here again, and there's that stupid little ghost detection. Nothing there. So yeah, I just want to make sure that the unit train is good to go. Looks like it is. And right behind that is our local train. Now, I have to make sure that we cross it over. So let me just see, because I might have gone too far. Oh no, it looks like we're not quite there yet. Oh yeah, no, we're there. All right, so just in time, we're going to switch this crossover, which is going to let the local train come through. Now if you notice what happened there, when I turned the power off on the older engines that don't have sound, I guess they don't pull enough power, so it doesn't allow the detection to happen. It just turns off. I don't know why that is, but it is. And so that's one of the glitches that I've been trying to work out, and it is what it is. Alright, so now we're accessing that part, which is the short track with the local train, and it's right here. So we're going to have a little bit of a meet here. It's not exactly at the bridges, but it is a little bit of a meet. Coming through here, and the unit train is coming through the top, so it will eventually end up right there. And as we follow it through, remember that this line eventually will join the main line, so I want to make sure that I ask dispatcher for clearance and not just run into it, because I'll have a short and a derailment. We don't want that. So there's the meet right there. Here's a little drone footage. And right around here I should start slowing down my local train, because the block detection point is coming up basically where those wires are. So it's actually right before the wires. Right there. Alright, so let's ask dispatch, as we have clearance here. Let's ask dispatch for a route. So this is it right here. We'll get the train moving once again. And we're lined up already for the route we need, or the main that we need. So as this comes through, we're going to see, we just set off the gates right there, because they're on both ways right now on purpose, since we have trains running in both directions. So as we go through the tunnel and come out through this side, we're going to be on the left main here, which is main number 2. Main number 2. And all we need is access to the reverse loop so that then we can swing around and go into the yard this way. So again, we call dispatch, and they're going to give us that route right there. Make sure we're lined up. It's lined up here also, and we need to go into the yard, so I am making sure that that's lined up as well. Hopefully we won't have any derailments. I had one for some reason last time on this reverse track, but I'm hoping that if we go nice and slow that we will avoid that. I think I have a little bit of a, because this is where the gaps are, there might be a little too much tension just pulling the track in one direction, but we're about to find out. Slow down a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely a little jump there. I gotta get that a little better. But we did not derail. Okay, and now let's just make sure that we're lined up. We are lined up, and we're going to be in arrival departure 2, which is this one. So 1 is this one. It goes parallel to the main. 2 is this one, which is where the yard ladder is, and 3 is more like a runaround track, which is where these engines are right now. So we're going to enter the yard. Something got stuck. Oh. Okay, we're going to enter the yard here. Obviously, I'm breaking all kinds of speed regulation laws here, and I'm probably going to get fired. We also lost the back of the train again because of this coupler. Okay, so we're coming through. We can't forget about, oh, see, I forgot about the other train already. So luckily it's not a big deal if it runs on that track, but I just got to make sure that I clear the other crossover. That's why you need a separate dispatcher. Okay, so now the other train has entered the yard, but it's not all the way through yet. It's not all the way in yet. So I'm working on that. I want to make sure that that I clear the lead, and also try not to block the path here because the crew has to get through. So that should be good right there. I'm going to just go back now that I know that the train is good there. I'm going to go back and just make sure that I clear all the paths for the main there as well. And then obviously this is the one I missed last time, so I'm going to clear that. So unit train once again should be on its merry way, but on the other main. So the middle main needs to also, oh, I forgot to clear that, and we're going to go with that path. So we should be good to go with all the alignments. Let's go back to the yard, and hopefully my video won't run out of batteries, but I need my skewer, and we're going to uncouple the train here. And there we go. So now we need to do a little bit of a runaround move so that we can get through the other side. So here here's what we're gonna do. We're going to come forward first. This is all yard work here, so this doesn't have to do with dispatcher. So I just gotta make sure this is clear. The only time it does have to do with the dispatcher is when we're using the main, so in this case we just need the main for one little moment. Once we get here, switch lines here and then back up and get off the main. Clear the main once again. Oh, I'm booking. Well, I'm definitely getting a ticket for that. And now we're going to make the runaround move, but here's the thing. I have 3 engines sitting there that are waiting to pick up a train, so I'm going to use my access point here to get around that, and it's also a way to access the engine parking. So here's how that works. Hopefully the tracks aren't totally dirty because I haven't cleaned them out well. So I'm just run them a little fast on purpose. That engine's being very noisy in that direction. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. And what I'm going to do is run all the way around. That was one option that I added last minute, and I'm so glad I did because I messed up. Alright, so I gotta go back a little bit, and let me show you why. Because these dopey engines right here are in my way, and I don't feel like programming them right now, so I'm going to just pull them by hand. It's just that they're blocking the access point, so I should have stopped them here somewhere, because that's where the crossover is. So now I'm going to turn on my yard servos, and the one that says fuel is that crossover there. So let's see. Oh, hold on, got a short because I forgot to do that. That was dumb. See? Dispatcher job is tough. Alright, so back to this. So now I'm going to pull these guys forward. Oops, pull these guys forward. I keep forgetting that I'm in the opposite direction now. And once I clear that, I gotta have the brakeman switch that back. And we're gonna go on our merry way past the train, making sure we don't take anybody out on this road here. And then we're going to ask our brakeman once again to switch the lead over. We'll go in the opposite direction and link to our train. And now we can take the lead. Oops. There it is. This is very crappy. I don't know why only now it's happening, but okay. So now we're going to pull the train. I'm doing this all fast on purpose because this video is way too long. But the lead is very long, so I can actually pull the train for quite a bit. Not that I need to, but I'm going to try to squeeze this whole train into the longest yard track here. So I just cleared the switch here. I'm going to ask the brakeman to switch that, and now we're going to shove. Oops. Now we're going to shove into the first track on the ladder, which is very long on purpose. I love to have the room. When I first designed this layout, I had no idea how long the trains were going to be. In fact, I thought they were going to be like 10-car trains, and now I'm running 30, 40, 50-car trains, so it's nice to know that I have the room for that, and I did not short myself. This way, I can just do it in one move rather than doing it in, 5, 6 moves. Alright, now once I get in there, that's far enough. I got plenty of room in the back. I'm going to uncouple